Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're reviewing some K-pop comebacks including jihyo, aespa and everglow. Hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. I already shared my initial doubt about the upcoming album yesterday, but after a change of heart following the release of the highlight medley, I fully expected this album to save Twice's rather underwhelming 2023 year. It's been so long since I've genuinely loved a Twice release, and it was crazy to think that jihyo of all members would be the one I believed would turn the wigs around for me. With Zone, jihyo takes a similar approach to Misamo, showcasing a more mature and cool side of herself, rather than the bright and bubbly identity of Twice that Naeun chose. Despite my feelings towards most of the tracks, it's a solid album. The project wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be, as it feels like they held back a lot, getting comfortable in this little box, playing it completely safe. The album finds its strength in the cohesion and overall mood, as well as jihyo's confident performance on the tracks, rather than interesting melodies or production. It's well polished and perfectly serviceable, but its weaknesses are highlighted by the short runtime of most of the tracks and lack of attention-grabbing aspects. Killin' Me Good serves as the album's title track. It features a groovy and upbeat R&B production, finding itself between the two-step and new jack swing genres. I enjoy the verses more than the chorus, as you saw in yesterday's video. The track never deviates far from its structure and becomes a bit monotonous and repetitive as it's mainly driven by her vocals. It definitely could have used a bit more oomph somewhere in the song, perhaps a change of pace. They really did make her hold back on this track when you know she loves to shout and attempt vocal switch. But I still think there's something here. The next track, Talkin' About It, continues that two-step, new jack swing sound, but rather than some groovy R&B, the track takes from Latin and hip-hop genres. I didn't really enjoy this song at all. Why? You mean outside from it being a Dua Lipa 2013 demo reject from 2017? I find the structure of the chorus very odd and nonsensical, to be honest. The humming part in between the chorus's two sections is probably the best part of the song outside of the feature, which actually keeps my interest. But I don't find anything jihyo does here to be intriguing. Closer is definitely the highlight of the album, despite it being the shortest one here. The reggaeton track instantly makes you want to groove along. It's paired perfectly with her sensual, breathy approach on the track. But before you can really bite into it, it's cut short. A longer runtime would have allowed the song to fully blossom into a powerful song. A bridge with an explosive final chorus would have sealed the deal for me, but all it does is piss me the fuck off and makes me not want to stream it. You're sitting there the whole time waiting for something to happen and you get no type of payoff. Wishing on You feels like every R&B track out there with its trap influences, but unlike most of those songs, something about the track is very hypnotizing and keeps my interest throughout its entire duration. This is probably the most complete track on the album, despite also being short. Her vocals are very pretty and the yoo-hoos are catchy. I really enjoy the 8-bit sounds in the background as well. Great track honestly, and I tend not to like trap R&B from K-pop acts because it's always very one note. We kinda like you jihyo. Don't Wanna Go Back is the album's biggest disappointment for me. It's another R&B adjacent track, built from the strings of an acoustic guitar. It slowly incorporates some bass and synths, but I was too bored to truly care. It's embarrassing how Highs just clears jihyo on this track. Her light and airy approach on the song just works much better than Miss Throat. Should have been a Highs song, but we'll get them next time. Room was unexpectedly very good. I don't remember hearing this one on the highlight medley, so I was shocked. It's a very light pop song, kinda indie rock leaning. Hold On To Your Horsehair with Biba Doobie. I'm not sure what that looping sound is in the background of the song, but it works so well throughout the track, especially with the added guitar and drums. Once again, jihyo sounds great here and just complements the track well. The final track on the album is Nightmare. The past 3 tracks slow the album down a bit, but Nightmare kinda kicks things back up. The verses are laid back and smooth, but the chorus is more loud and explosive. I'm not really a fan of the sedgier pop, rock influenced sound. Very mid-2010s to me, and in a bad Demi Lovato kinda way. It truly was a nightmare to sit through. Don't do that ever again, mamas. Overall, like I said, it's a solid album. Is it the best thing ever? No. Does it reinvent the wheel? No. But hey, there were some good tracks on this one. So congrats to jihyo for defying my expectations. You won. Better Things is aespa's third English single following Horrible Ass Life's Too Short from 2021, and their recent appearance on the Tetris soundtrack with Hold On Tight. This track takes from the previous two in that it is very radio-friendly and generic, but I think it makes an effort to offer something interesting to the listener. Better Things begins very mellow with just a cowbell and claps, but soon becomes busy as it builds upon itself with the addition of synths, drums, and keys. This is complemented well by their catchy melodies and lush harmonies. During the bridge, the idly song deviates from its original structure into this trappy alternative R&B section before quickly switching back to the initial sound. The song's final chorus is completed with the addition of more hard-hitting drums, but finishes with the trappy R&B sound they introduced during the bridge. Its structure is odd, but I still enjoyed the track much more than I initially anticipated. The shuffle drum pattern is probably my favorite aspect of the production, and of course they sound great on the song. I think what I don't enjoy is the lyrics. Fuck, I look like singing these Disney Channel ass words. They need to get serious and bring back the lyrical genius of Mine This We Love You. Naturally, I still have more issues with this song. I wish that the song, and any other releases intended for the Western market, would be more unapologetically aespa. I express this feeling often, but I will never understand why certain groups achieve global success, only to cowardly pivot by drastically altering their identity and musical style. We've seen this approach time and time again recently, and they all have the same ending. A debut at number 86 on Billboard, if not the bubbling under. And even if they manage to get a top 40, nobody cares because it's the job of the fandom with all the streaming and buying guidelines to do so. Nobody who isn't an aespa fan is gonna care or remember this song. However, they remain dead set on continuing this cycle until they strike gold. But what they don't realize is that you cannot aggressively attack the market and yield the same results of, say, a Cupid, whose chart success and interest came naturally to the consumer. While I can somewhat understand this song fitting within aespa's discography, it's more suited for a group like Blackpink or Idol. After almost 2 years, which should have been 10 if I had it my way, Everglow finally returns to the music scene with their highly anticipated single album titled, All My Girls, featuring 3 tracks. I don't know what to say about this release that hasn't been said about them before. Everglow certainly made an Everglow song. A powerful and energetic track infused with their girl crush charm, featuring catchy hooks, a killer rap section, and grand vocals, or whatever lies y'all be telling about this group. I didn't really enjoy it, much like the rest of their music. It's not as offensive as tracks like Pirate and First, but isn't at all memorable and fun like Dun Dun, Bon Bon Chocolat, and La Di Da. Like I would compare it to Adios, but at least that song gets some spins from me. I would never put this shit on. Unlike I've heard from them before, it feels a bit haunting product-wise, but that aspect kinda gets lost between the Slay Yos Queen mamas of the verses. Personally, I wouldn't say this was worth the wait, and if I were a Everglownator, I would boycott. Let's start now. Oh Mama God was actually a good song, for them. It is a bit generic, and we've heard this sound time and time again. But I really like the production and hazy feel of the track. If they had a better vocal line, Don't Start With Me I Do Not Care, but listen. If they had a better, more capable vocal line, this would have been #the one. Like imagine good vocal layering and harmonies to really elevate this one. Ugh. You just don't know. Make me feel pissed me off because I already knew the 2013 ass track that was about to play. Didn't listen past 10 seconds, so y'all let me know how that went. Anyway, that's all. Bye.